is our favorite time of the week. Time for Rising Qs when we get to answer your questions. Saagar, what have we got first?
Number one. Hi. Does socialism/Red Scare still have a large effect on a majority of voters, especially ones who are living during Cuba crisis and Cold War? Will it have a subconscious effect on people that they can't vote for Sanders? I hear a lot of people saying it. I want to hear your take. I definitely have one, Krystal.
Yeah. First of all, I love the hi.
Yeah.
Hi, Robin. How's it
Hello,
going?
Ryan. Robin.
Robin. Listen, I think, look, for some certain small subset of voters, yes, I think so. But what are we worried about in this election? What happened last time? Why did Democrats lose ultimately to Donald Trump? It's because young voters weren't motivated, voters of color weren't motivated, and so they stayed home. Who does Bernie Sanders disproportionately overperform with? Young voters and voters of color. In addition, those Obama-Trump voters that there's a lot of fixation on why did they flip and how do we win them back, Sanders also outperforms with that type of voter as well. So the people that you really have to worry about galvanizing, getting to the polls, et cetera, he outperforms. And I think that more than makes up for any of the people who have beat into them this Red Scare thing over time. I also would say I just don't think it has the power that it used to. You see in the Democratic primary right now, Sanders is surging. Voters really like him. He's consistently rated the most favorably, the most likable, all those positive traits. They trust him most on the issues that matter most to them. So I think once they have permission to vote for him, they see him as a mainstream candidate. I don't think it's really going to be an issue at all.
Yeah, so I would say I think about 15% of the American electorate, yes, that is true. It's baked in.
Were they going to vote for Democrats anyway, though?
That's the question,
Yeah.
right? And actually, were they even going to vote in the first place? A lot of these are just older voters, a lot of boomers who probably already support the Republican. But these are the type of people who go out to vote in every Republican election, regardless of who the nominee is. So, will it work? No, for that exact reason, which is that there are enough young and Gen X people in this country at this point who don't particularly care, maybe not even alive. But here's the real thing that we always have to remember. 2/3 of the American working class does not vote. 2/3 of working class voters do not vote, don't have any faith in the political system, don't vote, period. The real battle is getting those people to actually come out and vote. Some of them came out to vote in 2016 for the first time since Ronald Reagan to vote for Trump. This time around, Trump's gamble is he's got to get even more of those working class voters to the polls. Bernie's, if it was a Bernie thing, the whole ball game is can he drive out a new working class coalition to outbeat Trump's working class coalition. That is the whole game.
Yeah,
So.
Non-voters outnumber voters. They're the largest voting bloc are non-voters. So if you can inspire even a small percentage of them to have faith again in the political process, absolutely. All right, question number 2 from Midnight Girl. Have you seen the movie Parasite? It portrays class issues so well.
Yes.
Yes, we have.
We both saw it. She saw it after I saw it.
Saagar saw it and he was like, you have to see this movie. So I did.
Phenomenal. If it doesn't win the Oscar, it's been totally robbed. Not foreign film, best picture. Best movie of the year by far. Totally, it's so amazing because it was like 4 different movies in one. It was like a family movie, a love story, a murder mystery. Well, I shouldn't give everything away, but I guess I just did.
Wait, no, you didn't give it
There's
away.
A lot. There's a lot that's baked into Parasite, and you're right. It so perfectly portrayed the class service dynamic of of the world. Really, that was the best part of it, right? Which is that why does this movie even resonate in America? Because we have the same thing,
the same
working
massive
class
inequality
serving an oligarchical class.
That's exactly right. And the way that oligarchical class ultimately makes the working class in certain cases turn on each other was another subtext. It's a very hard, I found it very hard to watch, very painful to watch, but it was so incredibly good. And I don't see a lot of movies, so for me to go see it, it was very good. All right, number 3. What can Bernie do to get more support from older voters? My suggestion would be a clear TV ad about why Medicare for All is favorable to their current Medicare, and also contrasting with Biden on Social Security. It's actually already working, that last piece, the contrast with Social Security. This is something that Ryan Grimm has been
we talked about
charting.
It yesterday.
In a number of polls, there has been a shift. It's part of why Sanders is surging in the polls is because, look, he's not beating Biden yet with older voters, but he's doing better there. Biden is losing support because of the critique, the just sort of educating of voters on his Social Security past. I think that Medicare for All idea is a really good one, though, and not just TV ads. You find people on radio, find people on Facebook. There's a lot of different mediums to be able to put that out. But I think your idea is basically the right one.
I will say this is what the Republicans don't understand. They're like, but Bernie said it. He said the quiet part out loud that they're going to raise taxes. And I'm like, exactly, you morons. He said the truth. That's all. What Americans want is for people to tell them the truth about the policies and say, look, I don't know if it's true that the prices are going to go down. I don't really trust, Obama said the same thing, blah, 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 and that didn't end up working out. And that's probably a fair case that the Republicans can make. But they're going to be like, he wants to tax you to death. No. The real tactic to say is, hey, we heard promises about this stuff before. It didn't work out. You shouldn't be going after the mechanism of taxation. Americans are fine with taxation, especially when that taxation ends up disproportionately affecting the wealthy. These Republicans who are going out there railing against socialism, a wealth tax is disproportionately popular with Republican voters.
Right.
These people don't know anything about actual people in this country.
Remember that time Pelosi said that a wealth tax would be more popular in San Francisco than like in Michigan?
That's so foolish. Yeah,
like
it's actually the opposite.
Yeah,
literally
of what reality is, which is typical. Another thing you guys have sent us a lot of questions on is our book. You've also wanted to know how it's doing. It's doing extremely well. Thanks to your help. Number 6. This will play a couple days from now, so I don't know where it'll be then. Hopefully by number one. Number 1 by then. But if you want to get the book, go to Amazon or go to Barnes & Noble. Go to rising.substack.com to get all the details about the book, about where you can come see us, all of those good things. The success of this book, it really just is such a great message about the hollowness of these institutions, the complete failure of any gatekeepers, and the type of energy there is for a new type of populist politics in this country.
So well said. People don't. The tagline of the book is "New Left and New Right are Rising," and everybody showed them that's true with the Amazon list. So thank you all so much.
Thank you guys. We're so grateful. We'll see you back here later.